At the beginning of the movie, we see an old mansion where some people are enjoying a party. Suddenly, a girl walks in and pees while standing. Her mother becomes extremely embarrassed by her daughter's behavior. Everyone around stares at her as if they had never seen anyone pee standing up before. But it wasn't the girl's fault. She was possessed by a witch's spirit. The next day, the girl's mother calls a priest because only he could handle something like this. The priest examines her and says, "Your daughter is possessed by a witch." The mother says, "Yesterday she peed standing up in front of everyone." The priest replies, "No problem, I'm here." He starts chanting mantras, but nothing happens. Instead, the girl starts doing vulgar, obscene actions as if the spirit of a lustful woman had taken over her body. The priest is no less shameless. He also begins making inappropriate gestures. Suddenly, the witch vomits on the priest. The priest, shocked, vomits back on her. The next day, the priest returns again, but still can't control the spirit, so he simply shoots the girl. 1 year passes. Now we see a college. A man shows the professor some files of students who have mysteriously disappeared. The man says, "We need to find out where all these people are vanishing." The professor agrees. Later, he gathers some students and takes them to the same old mansion where the witch's spirit used to live. The professor lies to them, saying they just need to stay there for 1 day, and then they will continue their journey. As soon as a girl named Becky enters the mansion, a parrot speaks. "Come, come, we've been waiting for you." Becky is shocked. Next, she meets an old man who scares her. The old man says, "I am the only caretaker here." He shows them their rooms. Inside, Becky sees a clown who points at her and says, "Becky." Becky is confused and terrified, wondering what is happening in this strange place. Meanwhile, we see the professor in the camera room. The old caretaker enters and says, "Your food is ready. Bring everyone." The scene shifts. The caretaker goes to the parrot and asks, "How are you, Chotu?" The parrot shouts, "Get lost, you idiot! Get out of my house!" The caretaker becomes angry. A student arrives and asks, "Sir, what happened? Why are you shouting at the parrot?" He then greets the parrot. "How are you, Chotu?" The parrot replies, "Hey, you blackie! I'm older than your father. Who are you calling Chotu?" Hearing his father insulted, the boy gets angry too. The parrot adds, "Open this cage once, then I'll deal with you." The scene switches again. Everyone is sitting at the dinner table when a beautiful girl arrives and asks, "Can I eat with you all?" All the boys rush to offer her their chairs. Even the disabled guy rolls his wheelchair forward for her. Then the caretaker brings the food and starts mixing everything with his bare hands. Everyone stares in shock, wondering what kind of disgusting style this is. Without eating anything, they all leave the table. At night, Becky hears strange noises, so she and her friend Matt follow the sound. They find blood marks on the floor which lead them to a secret room. Inside, Becky finds an old newspaper that says the owner of this mansion was murdered. Matt notices a big painting on the wall. It was the portrait of the lady who owned this mansion, and she looked exactly like Becky, except for a few differences, mostly her clothes. Soon, they find a wooden box, take it with them, and leave. Next, we see Jenny sleeping in her room when the door slowly opens. A spirit enters, gently pulls her blanket away, and starts playing the game everyone waits for. Meanwhile, Rocky is doing his exercise when the same spirit appears there too. Rocky hears a voice from under the bed. When he bends down to check, a clown grabs him and pulls him underneath. The clown starts doing his job, but the clown didn't know that Rocky had been waiting for this day for the last 30 years. The next morning, the professor goes to the basement and is whispering some secret things to another teacher. Matt overhears everything and tells everyone that there is a ghost in the house and they are all in danger. Everyone panics and tries to leave, but all the doors are locked from outside. Then we see a female spirit calling the professor inside a room. Thinking, "Chalo aj katoho higaya," he goes in confidently. But the moment he sees her real face, he dies on the spot. The ghost wasn't just any ghost. She was the murdered owner of the mansion. Hearing the professor scream, everyone rushes out and gathers around their teacher. He tells them that the house is haunted and they must fight the spirit together. He gives them electric guns and warns them to use them carefully. But this group was full of idiots. They start playing with the guns like toys. He then gives them thermal goggles so they can see the spirits more clearly. Matt and Becky go to the furnace room. Becky says the newspaper article mentioned that the mansion's owner was burned alive in this furnace. As soon as Becky opens the furnace door, a skeleton wakes up and chases her. She runs to her friend Emily. Emily says, "It's just a skeleton. Don't tell me you're scared of bones too?" The ghostly skeleton screams loudly to scare them. but Emily simply twists its neck and the ghost runs away. On the other side, we see Kalu, who had sneaked in to steal stuff. The ghost appears in front of him, and Kalu confidently invites her inside. But when the ghost enters, Kalu almost poops his pants out of fear. Meanwhile, Matt and Becky are panicking and talking to each other when the spirit appears and shoves them both into a cold storage room. The temperature keeps dropping. Matt's body stops responding, so Becky tries giving him warmth. Matt says, "Not like that. Give me warmth like this." In the next scene, a spirit starts chasing the teacher in his wheelchair. Their wheelchairs collide, sending the teacher flying out of the room. Everyone gathers again, and the teacher says they must lure the ghost to a specific spot, so Becky calls out the ghost. The ghost breaks the door and rushes in, but slips and stops exactly where they wanted her to be. Before the machine starts, Rocky saves Becky, and the ghost is thrown into hell. Everyone celebrates because they managed to kill the already dead. So finally, the ghost who returned to avenge her death has now walked the road to hell. But is everything truly over? Or is the mansion still waiting for another soul to enter? One thing is certain. Next time, if a parrot says, "Get out of my house, you scoundrel," take it seriously, because nothing here is normal.